Okay, so now we are. Okay. So the session
Audio
has. We
settings.
are started now. We're live, or we will be. If we're not,
Yep.
that's fine. We'll fix that.
Let's see. Same as system. M8 is the microphone. Microphone volume is at 100%. So it's not the mic, is it?
No, no. Okay, so I think we're
Do you
okay.
think it might be the mixer?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Only one way to find out, shall we? What about now?
We can still
I
hear
just
us the same as we
I
did
just
before.
I just pulled the cord out of the mixer. We're gonna actually try something. If this works, great. If not, then we're just gonna mute for a sec.
No, no problem, no problem, no problem. Just as a heads up, we are live. Although, you know what we could do?
Is that any better?
Oh, that's really good there.
I think maybe, yeah. Don't tell us our mixer's dying on us. Because if that's the case, then we won't get this brand of mixer anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're live here.
Yep.
Feel free if you want to check it. If you want to just check the stream, the audio. If you
Yep.
want, if you want to just check it, make sure.
No.
And if you want to kind of be the, if you want to check with Lynn when we start, make sure everything's okay.
Yep. We're just going to. Yeah, we did. She did get a hold of us. She did reply back in the afternoon while we were in our Fable meeting, and we told her that if you need any help, just let me know, and I'm happy to reach out before we start. Jeff. Oh, Jeff won't be able to make it this time around, correct?
No, that's next time.
Oh, let's. We're just gonna check something. Input is what we want. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna get a hold of Lynn and see if she needs any help.
Yeah. You want to check the stream as well?
Yeah. Can we check in with Lynn first just to make sure?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no problem. No problem.
Nice. One thing at a time. We're not good at multitasking. No.
That's fine.
Not just bugging
No,
us.
no, that's fine. Totally fine.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah, no, no problem. No problem.
Well, that was rude of us.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. Keep going.
There we go. We'll be right back.
No problem.
That should be. Whoops. Let's get some volume here.
Oh, you're coming in.
Ah, there we go.
You're coming in.
Yeah, can you hear me, Allie?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Very good. Mhm.
Audio menu, Zoom meeting window.
Turn off my mic here, and we'll do that right here.
And my mic is off, like physical switch. There we are. Hi, Lynn. You did it.
Hi. Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
It's
good.
it's so fun. I get so excited when I'm actually connected. Oh dear.
Yay.
I was in a meeting a few days ago, and I had my laptop and everything was fine. Well, didn't I reach I reached across the table for something, and I don't know what I bumped or touched on my keyboard, but suddenly I was no longer in the meeting.
Oh, no.
Okay, so now we are going to start the Zoom recording.
Okay, do you want me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can do.
Okay, in 1, 2, 3.
Recording in progress.
Okay, and now we will play the intro. All systems good, guys?
Mhm.
All systems A-okay. How's it sounding over
All
here?
good.
now?
Everything's good.
Good. I'm glad we got it working.
Okay, thank you, and we will play the intro.
Welcome to the Books Panel, part of the Broadcast Map Network, where the panel discusses the book they have been reading throughout the month, requested by one of the members. Here are your hosts, Ali Musa, Makara Slobodian, Jeffrey Rainey, Lynn Kennedy, Lynette Frizen, and Sienna Trajani.
Good evening on Friday, September the 26th, 2025. This means we are back for another panel. And tonight,
Yay!
yes, and tonight we are discussing the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. Now, we're going to, first, I want to, how about we kind of go around here? We're going to get, Lynn, since you suggested this book, I want to start with you on this.
Okay. When we were talking about, just sort of laying out our path and deciding, what books we'd like to read, I have no idea. I can't recall what made this particular book pop into my head. But I read it, I think it came out 2003, and a friend recommended it to me, so I picked up a copy and I read it, and I was absolutely delighted with it. It was so, I think the word I used at the time to describe it was quirky, fun and quirky, and not that I wasn't alarmed a few times throughout the book. But it gave I think, an accurate portrait of how someone with autism would react to certain things, and how they would see events, how they would interpret them, and so on and so forth. So I found the book a real page turner, and the bonus was that it's it wasn't 500 pages long. So I just thought it would be kind of a fun text to read and chat about.
Yeah, and Makara, did you think, though, no, we were talking about this earlier, but my assessment of it sort of was, it was a page turner, I couldn't put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree. I think what kind of goes at least some of the way towards that is the length of the chapters. They're quite short. So it really, it moves very nicely is what it does. I will say I was confused by the chapter numbering system initially until it was explained. I thought, is something wrong with this
Yes.
audiobook?
I thought that
That's what
too.
I thought
I
too.
thought that,
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
I remember thinking, thank goodness it's explained to the reader fairly soon after you start, because I was quite puzzled about that the first time I read it too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is good how early on it's explained, and I think it's just an interesting device because it kind of is like the main character is writing it in a sense. So that's a very kind of cool way to go about it, because depending on the perspective, like it is in first person perspective, so you're in Christopher's head anyway. But
Yeah.
I like the idea that he's writing this as his own account of events.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just curious. Right, I found it a page turner too, but what was sort of the compelling, what made it a page turner for you?
Okay. I've got some thoughts here on that, but I'm going to we're gonna hand it to Jeff, and then we'll take a quick break. Jeff, go ahead.
No, she asked you the question. You're
Oh, right, okay.
Well, anybody could answer.
No, it was an open ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I wanted to just give you a chance to kind of come in here.
Oh, well.
No, go ahead.
Hi, I'll see you after the break. Okay. I mean, what made it a page turner? I mean,
Sienna Trigiani hand has been raised. Raise hand. Sienna Trigiani raise hand. Close. Press CMD plus tilde to open pop-up. Raise hand. Sienna Trigiani raise hand. Close. Press CMD plus tilde to open pop-up.
And I hear you. When I first picked it up, I was like, what? I thought this was the unabridged version.
Yep. Yeah, I thought so too.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's primary listening, I should say.
Yeah. I think for me, what the page turner was, because first of all, it started especially when I sort of the whole thing was, but the fact that he just was the detective and he was in the state of, he really wanted to know who killed the dog, Wellington. And he went everywhere and wrote about it. And then his father kind of kept going, and then of course his father, shouted at him, kept shouting at him at the beginning. And I feel like, and that was it. Like the sequence there, it was like, what's gonna happen here? Like, is it gonna, what's gonna happen? That was my sort of thing. It's like, is it gonna continue in the sequence?
That's very interesting. And, for me, what was the real page turner? I mean, there were several things I like I was almost, I like the analogy, the metaphor, if you will, Jeff, that you portrayed. He's on this train and you're on this train riding with him, and you're going forward, you're not going back, and just to get into his mindset and his train of thought, pun semi intended, but you're getting into his mindset, and it's very interesting to see how he reacts, and when it comes to it's very very accurate, I would say, as a representation of
Sienna Trigiani hand has been lowered.
How people, he demonstrates the common traits. I don't like to use the word symptoms in this case, but common traits of common characteristics of people who are on the spectrum, who are on the autism spectrum. And all the twists and turns, from his father seeing the book, and how he lied to his son that his mom passed away, and he finds these letters, and
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of twists and turns in
Yes.
the book.
We will, yes, and we will continue that conversation as well. We will talk about all of that. But first, we will stay right here. You are listening to the Books Panel. And Makara, we are part of the
Broadcast Map Network. Don't go anywhere.
Recording stopped.
Cianity Radio will never give you up. They will never let you down, nor will they run around or desert you. So join Nick Astley for The Melting Pot every Saturday on Cianity Radio. Hang on a minute. He's not Nick Astley. Oh, jings, I've done it wrong. Anyway, just join Nick for The Melting Pot on Cianity Radio.
Looking for a sports podcast that covers sports weekly as well as gets you set up for the day? Check out Weekly in Sports with me, Scott McGregor. We give some shout-outs of the week to podcasts like this one and those who do them. Discuss the Blue Jays, Bills, Raptors, and more. To learn more, check out the Sports for Beginners Facebook page. Search Sports for Beginners.
Have you ever wanted a talk show that covers the world of broadcasting, the show's favorite sports teams, news and politics, as well as sports media? You've come to the right place. I am Ali Musa, inviting you to check out the Broadcast Map Show. To learn more about the show, please visit broadcastmap.ca. While you're there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss an update. Besides, it's free.
Hey, you, why you looking so sad? Don't be so sad. I tell you what you're gonna do. If you got the vino, you pour yourself a bicchiere of vino. If you don't have a vino, maybe you got the panettone, maybe you got the panini, maybe you got the cafe espresso, but you fix yourself for something bella nice and you go to your computer and you log on to CNT Radio. And you listen to CNT Radio, okay? You do all that, you're gonna feel much better. I promise you. Alright? Ciao.
Have you ever wondered about the books we are reading throughout the week?
What about our perspectives on them?
Check out Ali and Makara's Books. It airs live on Sundays at 4 p.m. Except for in the spring when we will switch back to Mondays.
To learn more about the show, please visit aliandmacarasbooks.ca.
While you're over there, subscribe to the newsletter. It's free.
Just like that. Just like magic. We're back on air.
Amazing.
Do you believe in magic?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So feel
All
free
right.
to start the Zoom recording again. Okay.
Here we go.
And in 1, 2, 3.
Recording in progress.
And we are back.
Yay!
I thought it was yes, and I thought too that it was kind of as we were sort of kind of talking about there, that I really felt that when his dad lied about the about like that his mother had died and I had passed. I mean, And I didn't really like, that was sort of like the whole thing. And then I thought especially when he went on the train, I was actually saying to myself, I hope, let's listen to the, at some point he's going to have to listen to to the police, to the police, because the police caught him too, a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot with the parents, even just, it's not as if they were intentionally horrible, but there were things, and even the way they would speak to him at times, you could just, it's that sense of the parents not really maybe understanding where their child is at. Not to take it, like, it's a
No, you're right.
decently light book, but you can really feel like sometimes with a child who, whether it's, neurodivergence, being on a spectrum, or disability, anything in general, like you can just, there's a difference, and sometimes you can tell when the parents maybe don't, like, despite best intentions, mind you, obviously.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the other side of the spectrum too. Now, did he do things? Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just said no pun intended because we were talking about the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. No, sorry, I missed that. Yeah. Go ahead, Jeff. I want to get. Go ahead with your thoughts here.
To Makara's point, I think that his mom's letters to him are very telling. There are times where she says, like, if things had been different and if you had been different, we would have been able to make this work. And she's like, your father was always so patient with you and so forgiving, and I just had a very short leash. And she would write out very vividly in her letters to him, in that sort of train of thought, the way he writes it down on paper himself. And so, I mean, yeah, it's funny because his father is really portrayed as the one who has a short temper, but as far as being on the same page as his son, he has more of a tolerance, I guess, but just an understanding of how much is within Christopher's control, how much of it, how sensitive he is, how just his own ways, like, just, I mean, part of it is his preferences as a child, but also just the things that help him function. He's very logic oriented. He doesn't like sudden movements. He doesn't like physical affection. So he does the sort of shaking hands thing. Well, not, it's the hand gesture where your fingers touch, and but at the same time, you can clearly see the domestic turmoil that's going on, not just with the husband and wife, with his parents, but also the next door neighbors. The husband
the Mr.
and wife,
Shears
they
thing?
essentially just did a wife and husband swap, if you think about it.
Yeah, the Mr. Shears thing.
The Mrs. Shears, one seeing
Yeah.
the other one seeing the other.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, and then And I really also, what kind of caught me there as well was the whole, when he chatted with Mrs. Alexander in that piece.
What role did she play? I'm trying to think back to that conversation, sort of refresh my memory.
Oh, she was like, she told...
the neighbor lady.
Yeah, the neighbor lady. Yeah.
She was the one that basically told Christopher that that his mother and Mr. Shears were
Yes.
having an affair.
Yep.
Put it in those words.
No, but yes, that's right. Yep.
I also love his teacher, Siobhan.
Yeah.
She's so
really
empathetic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Like there is someone whom I think we've all had a teacher like that in our schools, like in our schooling curriculum, whether if it was a classroom teacher, an educational assistant, or any sort of guidance tutor along the way. She very clearly understands not just how to quote unquote deal with someone on the spectrum, but just what he is like as an individual. And she really sets him up for success because he remembers all of the little pointers and life hacks that she gives him when he's in any sort of precarious situation. And who knows, he rarely does he sort of elaborate on what he thinks of the schools himself. Like the school curriculum itself is it's like an open development class, as they would call it in sort of regular school grading systems. But I just think that anytime she comes around, she is just a fantastic role model and teacher for him.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Right. That was sort of, that was my takeaway as well, because she, and I mean, the other thing was too, and his dad read the book as well. His dad read the book as well, and that he wrote, and that I thought was like, and the fact also was like, and I thought it was really clever. And Sienna, you alluded to this before a little while ago there, that about the letters thing.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for, I think if it wasn't for the fact that the dad hid the book, and to add to what you were saying, Ali, that's a good segue, because as it ended up turning out that he, like, if it wasn't for the fact that the father had picked up the book and read it, and if it wasn't for the fact that he had hidden the book, Christopher would not have found those letters. And so it's just like, not only is he finding, that's where he's been hiding my book, but what else has he been hiding? So it's a huge, like all the little twists and turns, and
to add to that too, it's once you find the letters, and I was just thinking about this now, it really then takes you back to the beginning of the story when she's in the hospital and he can't go see her. Because I mean, we all have fear, like not everyone does well in a hospital, and sometimes there isn't really much to do for a kid. But you would at least want to go, even just to pop in and say hello, give your mom a hug, or just to see them there. And he was very even when he would have requests like, hey, can I send something in, or can we bring something over, he was like very dutifully like, I will bring that over to you, I will bring that over for you and make sure that she gets it, sort of thing. And the second part to that is just based on the book itself. I first thought when he was talking about writing in his book, I thought that book was the very book that we were reading.
I think I sort of wonder if that was the intention of the author.
Yeah.
That, that's that's kind of what, because I thought that too. I thought we're reading the book that this kid wrote. Yeah, I don't know.
While hearing him narrate the story. So it's kind of like it's a neat approach. It's a neat approach to telling the story, and it's one that we haven't really seen before. I certainly haven't really noticed it before in other it's usually just the author writes the book and the main character, the protagonist, tells the story. But this is the protagonist. We're reading the book that the protagonist wrote. It isn't just well, it is him telling the story, but it isn't him just narrating the story. It's him actually it's him, it's us reading the book that he wrote.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like a play-by-play. Like any kind of action or pause or any kind of omission of his is jotted down. Like, how many times does he reference the fact that this situation was overwhelming, so I stood there and I groaned for about 15 minutes? Very rare. Like, do you see that kind of detail?
Yes.
Portrayed in something.
Yeah. Go ahead, McCary. You were saying something there. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I didn't mean to like.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. You're fine. Don't worry.
But yeah, it's quite meta, really, in the way that it's done, and I think to Jeff's point, it's quite interesting because a lot of books, even from a character's perspective, is very polished. You don't get like, oh, I was overwhelmed. Like, really, in the way that he's able to tell the story, and that Christopher does, is he's very much more three-dimensional than your typical protagonist, I find.
Because he kind of goes all over the place, doesn't he?
Makara. I would agree with that.
I love how when he reaches the Willsdale terminal off the subway train, and he buys the atlas, and he gets to street level. He says, I won't bother you with all the details because Mrs. Chavon said that I should only mark down things of importance. And then he says, so I walked to her house, and the only important things were that there was a dozen people that were walking past me dressed as Vikings. So for a split second, there's a bit of, I guess I should, I go on too long. I should just say this because you don't need to know that. And then it goes right back to.
Well, I think that's one of the really delightful things about the book. There's so many unexpected. Like I remember going through it, and I should have marked a few examples, but he suddenly does, or he says something, and you burst out laughing. But then he's immediately, you're immediately swept away into, whatever is happening next, or, what he's doing. There's just all these little, nuggets of humor throughout the book. And I don't know about you, but I was quite often, I was taken by surprise by many of them. And I think, that's part of it. He just really, his descriptions of his reactions and so on, they are, I'll use the word unconventional. I think that's part of. I think that's what made it part of a page. What at least in part made it a page turner, because you didn't know what was going to happen next. I found the story, kind of unpredictable that way.
Yeah. Yep. Now, did you find it surprising, like the fact, like when he took his father's bank card out of his wallet, just to pull that kind of a, to go to escape him, because he felt like that his father would do something to him. Did that make, like, what did you think of that? The fact that he even got on the train and was able to escape the...
Actually, I'll pick up on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll pick up on that because he could almost will his way into doing anything. Because he would walk into the train station or a classroom or a darkened room, and he would, in some cases, almost detach. He would do math problems on his hands, or he would, sometimes he would just sit there and groan, or he would, or some breathing exercises. So he would really sort of zen in and focus on what he needed to do at hand. But to answer Ali's question, I sort of thought of it as like a panic pack mode, like, grab the necessities and let's get out of here sort of thing. And I mean, I guess it says something about his father. Like he gave him his card number so he wouldn't forget it, and then he left it on the table just because his dad left in a panic because he went to go look for him. So I don't know. I guess it was probably as much just survival mode as it was sort of planning.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I want to kind of get all of your thoughts on this. I'm going to start. Let's start with you. If you want to kind of, if you have a different thought there, Makara, and then we'll go to Sienna.
Yeah, I think it's just sort of like Jeff was saying, like we've been talking about,
Like just survival mode?
Survival / just like, he just seems to be able to get into something and be like, all right, this is just what I'm gonna do. Like, this is, like no real, it's not so much that any particular situation has any kind of gravity to it or any sort of like, oh, this is a big thing. He's like, all right, this is just what I'm gonna do. Like,
yeah.
So that's kind of where my thoughts are with that.
Yeah. No, I should also ask, did you guys finish the book?
I haven't gotten to that part yet, but definitely going to be some good reading for tonight over the weekend. But like the whole, like all of the situations, like he had to plan it so carefully and so meticulously, like, this is like, I know it's not right to lie, like the logical, like just the way he uses logic to, I know it's not right to lie. I don't tell a lie, but like I have to find a way to do this without, breaking my father's promises. And it's just really interesting the way he plans so meticulously, so carefully. Like he's got it all planned out.
He
Yeah.
is creative, if nothing else.
Pardon?
Yeah,
Pardon me?
Yes.
He is very creative, if nothing else. And can we just kind of jump off of that for a moment?
Yeah,
to
go ahead. Go ahead.
Just the idea of his logic, because throughout the book, there's so much that he goes through logistically that, and some of it is, a lot of it has to do with his own characteristics and his own ways and things. But there's some of it that I don't know if any of you, but there was the odd time where I was reading it and I just went, you know what, that makes complete sense. Because even when he's talking about, oh, I saw 4 yellow cars on the way to school today, it was a black day, and he justifies that by saying people who go to offices, they walk out of their houses when it's sunny out and they're happy, and they walk out in the rain and they're sad. The weather has no bearing on them if they're in an office, therefore they're just choosing, like, why does that? And I thought, you know what, fair.
It does kind of make sense.
Yeah, you know, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. And I could totally relate when he was talking about that part where he said, when we're in the when we're in the office, for example, like if I'm, sitting, working from home here in my bedroom office studio, it's like, whatever, today's gonna be a good day. It doesn't have any bearing on me whether it's nice out or but if I'm outside and it's not nice out, believe me, it just the the happy meter goes in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I'm someone who is affected by, seasonal disorder. And so a time like about a month ago at the end of August, and we experienced a drastic change in climate at that point that we would normally be getting right about now, where it went from extremely hot and muggy to 19 degrees with a breeze. And it was beautiful, but I was just not in a good mood for a couple of days. I just, it always amazes me how much we're affected by the atmosphere and climate changes like that, because we like to think that we can sort of will our way into anything. Like, my moods are not tied to the weather, but we're still very connected that way. I also just love too how the fact that his day, he talk about routines and how he loves things that are routine and familiar and orderly. When he would determine what kind of day it was going to be, if it was a black day outside, he goes, so I'm not going to eat for 2 hours. Like, I'm going to be a hermit for 2 hours. I'm not going to eat anything for the whole day. It just becomes, it's almost like it's written for him. Like how does his body react to that? How does he not go hungry, or does he just completely ignore his will to hunger? Or is it like a challenger type of thing? Like, if it's a black day, that means, I sit with this feeling of emptiness and starvation sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree there too, yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because with some people, they have, I wonder if this is kind of the same thing. Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. But like synesthesia, where like your senses kind of blend together, and like, for example, when he was reading the letter, he literally fell sick to his stomach when he was reading the one letter. He literally was sick to his stomach, and that's you can see that he perceives things I wouldn't say a lot more deeply than most, but he perceives things very deeply, and that was really, I never realized that could happen in a person where, that one little letter, I mean, it was a heavy letter, but like it was heavy in what was written, but to the point where it would make him literally be sick to his stomach. That's like that's what it's real, but people don't realize it.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? This has been this has been an excellent discussion. And it's that it's that time in the show. It's that time in the show.
For the schedule?
Yes, where we will reveal the schedule. So, Makara, what have we got coming up? What's coming up here on the Broadcast Map Network this week?
Well, for sure, we've got an episode of Ali and Makara's Books on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, where Ali and I will be discussing Alanis Morissette, Words and Music, which is an Audible exclusive that we're very excited to talk to you about. And Ali, what's coming up on the Broadcast Map Show?
Yes, so the Broadcast Map Show is coming up on Monday, September 29th. Now, again, me and my months here, Makara, I almost said January 29th.
I was gonna bug you earlier and ask what month is it, Ali? Do you know what month it is?
Sometimes you'll say December when you mean another month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the other day when
we had to.
No, go ahead, Makara.
Of course, the other day January fully came out when you meant to say September, so just checking in.
Yes, well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should have. Yeah.
Brain.
Yeah. So on Monday, September 29th, 2025.
Very good.
Yes, not January 29th.
No.
We have the Maple Leaf season is about to begin in about a week. So Jim Taddy will be here to preview to preview the season. And one of the questions that we are going to be that I will be asking, that we want to ask, are the Leafs a better without Mitch Marner? As it stands right now, Leaf fans. And so that's what's coming up here. And what about, Makara, the next books panel? What about we've got that coming up as well? Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
No, just wow! You managed to get Tads.
Oh yeah, this will be his second trip.
Really exciting stuff.
Yeah. So what? And we've got and we've got the books panel as well next month, Makara. What have we got coming up there? Or here?
We do. I believe that'll be on October the 24th because there was a slight scheduling change.
That's right. Yep.
And we'll be reading Stop Saying You're Fine by Mel Robbins. Really looking forward to another great discussion because this one was seriously awesome, you guys.
In the either the show notes for the book panel discussion or at somewhere or just in I don't know, just a footnote somewhere, can we include Makara's post to Mark Gannon's website where he did a post about this story?
You
Yeah,
want
we
me to
can
put
do
in
that.
The blog post. Yeah, I can put that in there.
Yes,
Yeah, we can put
please,
that in the
I'd
show
love
notes.
to
Yeah.
read that.
Yeah, we can put that on the. Yeah, when we put this up, we'll put that in there. Okay.
That'd be a fabulous read.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good idea.
yes. And now. And yes. So and now, where can you find us? I know there are lots of places, aren't there, Makara?
There are plenty, and I'm gonna have to refresh my memory about what we have for here.
Oh, we can do the main ones.
Yeah. We have. I mean, the big one is the Books Panel website, which is just bookspanel.ca. That's for all the newsletters, all the updates. We post the list of the books we're reading. That's where obviously the shows go up first. So definitely subscribe over there if you haven't already. You can just add in your email address and hit subscribe. It's completely free. And we have the YouTube channel, which is at Books Panel. We're live there as one of the places, in addition to the audio stream. We've got the WhatsApp group.
But we enjoy our audio, don't we?
Yeah, of course. But, options.
Oh, option, yes, but we like audio.
For sure. And
we like our options.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Options.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
And there's
have
also
the-
feedback at bookspanel.ca as well.
Yes, yeah, as well as all just the podcast platforms. We have a Facebook page now, so go like the page. You can get the newsletter updates there as well. They get automatically posted there. So yeah, and anywhere you listen to podcasts, we are probably there if it supports the Apple Library.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes.
Yes. And there's also Ali Musa at bookspanel.ca if you want to reach us directly there.
Yes, and Makara.Slobodian at bookspanel.ca as well if you want a direct place for notes.
We want to hear, and we want to hear from you. So we want to hear from you in Listenerland.
Absolutely, we welcome it very much, and we thank you all out there so much for listening. And
Yeah, and we're curious to hear what listeners are reading as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And my thanks. Yeah. And my thanks. And my thanks to you, Makara, for hosting tonight.
And mine to you as well, and to all of our panelists
For
here.
all of you, thank you so much for all of you. And
Thank you so much, all of you as well, and always happy to be here.
sounds good. And we will be back with you.
Thank you so much for listening and or watching the Books Panel. To learn more about the show, please visit bookspanel.ca. While you're there, subscribe to the newsletter so you never miss a thing. Besides, it's free. Enter your email address and hit subscribe. The Books Panel is part of the Broadcast Map Network, where good conversations happen.
Okay, so we are going to stop the audio
Recording
hijack
stopped.
session. If you're listening live, we are heading off the air. Thank you for listening.